Welcome to today's episode. My name is Robert. Another reminder note episode today. And today's topic is resistance creates suffering. Sounds pretty boring, I guess. But I think really important topic, and I tell you why. Because in the past years, I was creating for myself a lot of suffering through resisting different things, for example, difficult emotions. And I wanna just give you a classic example here, because maybe you experienced that before. I did a couple times. It doesn't really matter what it is that you resist, but for example, it could be a difficult emotion, say like an emotion like shame, it could be emotion like anger, like sadness, whatever it is. Let's say you meet someone you find really attractive, right? You also feel like that you want a relationship for a longer time, or you just want to date someone, you just want to meet someone. Could be like any situation. So then you meet someone, I don't know, like on a dating app or wherever, like at sports, at work, within your friends group, and you quickly realize, oh, that's a good fit. That might be a great potential fit for, I don't know, whatever you're wishing, like casual things, like a relationship. And you start feeling pretty needy because there is this potential person you really want to have in your life. And as you start feeling needy and in need to pull that person in your life, and when you realize there is this kind of neediness inside you, you start feeling ashamed for that feeling. Inside your gut, you feel like, I don't want to be needy because it makes me feel weak and it makes me feel insecure, and when I'm insecure and I'm weak, who wants that kind of person? Who wants a needy person? So you feel ashamed. Shame is in your body. Maybe you even feel a bit like guilty for feeling that, but it's definitely difficult feeling needy and then just experiencing a bunch of other emotions deep within. You start talking to yourself. Man, don't be so needy, right? Don't feel that way. Be more relaxed. Be easygoing, but you're needy, right? You're needy, and you cannot really talk it out of you. What happens is, as you experience that you cannot just talk it through with yourself, and you still feel needy even if you don't want to, you start to feel some, maybe even feelings of hate. I don't like that. I don't like myself being needy. Stop that. Stop being needy inside is what you're telling yourself. What happens here is that you don't accept that you're needy in that situation. It's not about that neediness is a favorable thing or it's a great, experience if you feel needy, but you're needy. That's how it is. When you're not accepting it in that moment, what happens is that you're building up resistance against that feeling of being needy because you feel like ashamed, you feel weak, you feel insecure maybe, and building up that resistance that you want to push it away, that you do not want to feel needy, you don't want to feel that way, creates more suffering inside of you because you're resisting it. So where does it come from that this resistance creates a lot of suffering? So it actually comes from the deep inner belief, and you heard that 1,000 times, I want to explain it to you. So it comes from the deep belief that you feel not being good enough. Because when you experience, for example, a feeling of neediness and you want to push it away, you don't want to feel that, what you do is actually rejecting this part of yourself, this part of your personality. Because you say, I don't want to feel needy. You do feel needy, obviously, right? You're resisting it, but you don't want to. So instead of embracing that and trying to integrate the neediness, trying to experience as something that is just there, you just push it away. You just neglecting it, rejecting it, saying, oh, this is not me. I'm not that needy person. But you are, obviously. So, but you cannot really trick your brain with that, because your brain says if you reject it, there is something that is not good enough on you. So when you push yourself away and that part of your inner world, this emotion, this part of your personality, call it however you want to, part of your soul, part of your personality, part of your inner child, doesn't matter. But if you push that away, then your brain gets to prove that there is something that is not good on you. You give yourself the proof that you are not good enough because you resist something within your personality. And this is where the suffering actually comes from. You created yourself. Isn't that beautiful? That's how the brain works, actually. So what is the actual solution? The actual solution is not trying to not being needy in that situation, because you are actually needy for whatever reason. That's a different topic, to work on that, to work on your self-worth, to become more emotionally independent, obviously causes in being less needy and being more settled within yourself. That's a different topic. But for that situation, what does actually help to decrease the level of suffering here is to accept it. Yeah, sounds stupid, but accept it, embrace it, and integrate it. And that means that taking the neediness as it is, I'm also needy sometimes. I did feel ashamed in the past, but I do not feel ashamed now, because see, neediness as a normal thing, we are all feeling needy at some point, right? So I'm not always like in a good state. Say like I'm struggling with myself, within my business, within relationships, whatever it is. If I'm struggling at some point, I might feel needy again. But the thing is that I know that feeling needy is fine from time to time, because we all feel needy from time to time. We just do not talk about that. We just, in our society, I think, I rarely experience people talking about that it's okay to feel needy or to feel weak or to feel insecure or whatever it is. But the truth is that we actually do from time to time. And this is why I'm telling you this, because for me, a huge eye-opener was when I started to talk about these topics with other people in the past years. And I experienced, like, it's crazy how many, probably all of us, experience these kind of emotions again and again and again and again, right? So it's such a normal thing, and this is what took the shame out of me, what normalized it, and what helped me to integrate that feeling of being needy. Because now I can say, when I feel needy from time to time, that's fine. I don't have to reject it, because I just can talk about it with other people. I can talk about it with myself. I can write it down. I can try to normalize it, to even make it a good thing, saying like, when I feel needy from time to time, that means that I can also integrate like maybe difficult emotions, but that also means that I can feel like more happiness on the other side, because that's a bit like philosophical, but I think it takes like both sides of the coin. It takes like sadness and neediness and weakness to feel strong and happy and secure on the other side. So it's definitely a good thing also to feel needy and to feel that compassion with yourself. That was my take on resistance creates suffering. Might be helpful for you if you listen to that episode. Definitely let me know if so in the comments here on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen. Definitely check out the book list also in the description. Subscribe to the podcast here on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever you listen. I see and speak to you in the next episode.